TYTSports, the new slogan today is fuck it. So J.R. Jackson is here. Thanks again, Jay.
With the new table, man. You've been promoted.
No, totally. I mean, we have, this going on. This is certainly an upgrade.
It's more of a mechanical look.
LED lights behind you.
Hey, you know what? I deserve it.
We're reporting from a spaceship. So J.R. Jackson is obviously here to discuss a ton of sports stories with us. Firstly, we start with Lamar Odom. Now, last week, TMZ was reporting that Lamar Odom had a 2-year addiction to crack cocaine. And then after that, he had gone missing for roughly 72 hours, though Khloe Kardashian says that at least her rep said that, no, she knows where he is. Of course, they are married. And now he was pulled over on the 101 freeway here in Los Angeles. He was in the San Fernando Valley, which we refer to as the Valley. And he kept driving for about 3 exits. And then he pulled off the highway. At about 3:54 a.m., he was arrested for DUI. He failed multiple sobriety tests, and he did not want to take, when he went to the police station, did not want to take a chemical test. What does that say? I mean, to you. I'm not trying to sound like an interview here. Right. I'm opening up the discussion. I mean, what does that say to you if he doesn't want to take a chemical test?
I've always been confused about the DWI versus the DUI. DUI means it was alcohol only? Because then driving while intoxicated, is that just alcohol? Either way it goes, it's supposed to signify which problem he had, if it was alcohol or drugs. And if they've charged him a DUI, which is what it was.
DUI.
Driving under the influence. That could include drugs, I assume.
Sure.
So, I mean, hearing the background of what he's been going through, I think it's more of the pride thing. He's thinking, I'm not going to take the chemical test so that then they can say, and this was found in the system, and that was found in the system. He's probably just going to go through the process without there being an official put it out there. He was smoking this, and he injected that. I'm not saying he was injecting, but we don't know what all he's been on.
Well, we certainly won't know because he didn't take the test.
Yeah, I think that's the reason.
He was pulled over for driving too slow, for going 50 miles per hour. The speed limit is 65. I thought the minimum you could go is 45.
I think it's 50, but I'm not sure, which he was still at.
Yeah.
But then at 4 o'clock.
According to the police report.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock in the morning, you see someone doing that. They're probably the only car on the street at the time, especially over in that area.
Yep.
I think it was probably a matter of suspicion. He was probably, I don't know if I read this or if my mind produced the picture. I feel like he was in the fast lane.
Was he?
I don't know. That maybe he wasn't. Like I said, I think my brain produced that picture.
Maybe he was in the carpool lane and he was carpooling with himself. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
So he's 33 years old. I mean, for me personally, I've seen him growing up, with the Clippers, when Darius Miles, they had the headbands with Maggette. So it's sad. I mean, it's a fall from grace. He's this sort of role player that was an integral part for the Lakers. You hate the Lakers, just get over it.
I'm blaming on the Lakers, man. You know what they did?
Tell me.
They got their ass kicked by the Mavericks in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The year that they won, right? They ship him off to the Mavericks the next season. This is right after the 6th Man of the Year award season.
Yeah.
He's feeling good. He loves LA. He's now become, this is his home, right? And they send him to the Mavericks. Send him into a spiraling depression. He didn't want to play for that team. They hated him.
So, yeah.
That seemed to me, from what I noticed, the beginning of the downfall. He was upset about that. He was probably, he was pissed probably at the Lakers for sending him there. So then he's an emotional guy. I've always seen that too. And things affect him. And then it leads to the next thing and the next thing. And now he's an addict.
According to NBA Sports Legion.
Allegedly an addict. Huh?
Do you follow NBA Sports Legion on Twitter?
No.
They're very good. Very good Twitter account. And they tweeted that he had been taking drugs since he basically joined the Mavericks in 2011.
Come on, dude.
I'm just letting you know.
Come on.
I'm just letting you know. So, again, to me personally, it's sad. He doesn't like to drive, but he was driving that night. He was driving a white Mercedes SUV.
Mike Tyson did a lot of bad things. And he's explaining that, or he's saying he has where his mind goes, and he's an addict as well. So you find yourself feeling sorry for these guys, because I think a lot of times the first thing people want to say is, you have enough money, you could have taken care of this. An addict and an addiction has nothing to do with how much money you have.
You know what?
You have more access to get help, but it doesn't mean that you're more willing to get help.